Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV on the PC. We are a decent chunk into Stormblood, the second expansion, and, we're working our way to basically liberate two different countries from Garlean rule, and it's a tricky task, to say the least. Apologies, Mangg. I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we are fools for urging them to rise once more. Yet I believe, I have to believe, that in their heart of hearts they still... Now is not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it to the soldiers ere they wake. The medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall recent events. They will suspect that they fell asleep at their posts and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It is not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. 10 to the last 2 I put to sleep. I shall see to the others. So we're at fucking war. This empire has subjugated her people and, killed their leader or whatever. We're at fucking war and she's a ninja, but we can't kill him. Can't kill him. I guess it's because of the repercussions that if this camp gets wiped out, they're gonna just march full force on every village, but still, let's fucking have at 'em. I'm the warrior of light, goddammit. Father, is that you? I ain't your daddy, boy. No. We don't. No. We don't need that. The aggro, the leash is so short in this game. It's great. So they'll think they fell asleep at their posts in this area surrounded by monsters in just random areas that is not near their posts. I want to go home. Ugh. Well, either way, it was a simple enough task. Oh, fat cat. Just brings a smile to my face.
Forgive me for making you search. It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes. Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea. To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father. They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me. That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Kyan and his son, and their loyal samurai, Gosetsu. Good men all, brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them and Doma. But in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, when those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered.
Will not always be so.
So I pray, and thus do I labor to see a new day dawn, regardless of my misgivings. When all is said and done, we can but carry on, together. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
Okay. I want to go to Doma Castle. Unattuned? My ass is unattuned. But at least we have the mount speed increase. Life is good again. Life is good again. Ooh. Ooh. Fly Nimbus away. Come, come. We must tell the others of this airship or hear what they know of it.
There you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Kosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces.
They're right.
Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all. We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there. Nay, we keep to the shadows, the domain of the shinobi, and thence we strike. You need only give me the chance.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child!
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
What now?
What now, indeed? Path of no return. I will not pursue her. It is for her to think on our master's words and recognize the futility of her course. Those, at least, are my thoughts upon the matter. Yours may be different. Should you wish to give chase, I will not bar your path. We each have but one life, and it is not to be spent recklessly in pursuit of our goals. I pray she realizes this soon. Did Gosetsu send you to stop me? Then you came of your own free will. I should be surprised if you agreed with my chosen course. No one else did. But it is not as fanciful as they would have you believe. Scant moments ago I received the Crown Prince's itinerary from one of our spies in the castle. It would seem that Xenos has no desire to remain in Doma any longer than necessary. He wishes to inspect the moon gates this very eve. His impatience is to our advantage. He arrived without warning and gave Yotsuyu no time to prepare. The whole castle is in a state of upheaval. To avoid any delay, he has declined a full escort and will be traveling with no more than a handful of soldiers. The Kami could not have blessed us with more auspicious circumstances. I will kill him, Mangg. I will. Not alone. I know the odds. I know what he is capable of, and that in an open confrontation I will likely die. But if I do not, if I succeed, then countless lives will be saved. Doma, Alamigo, everything will change. One life for that world is a price I would pay 1,000 times over. What? What is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Do you mean to join me? Yeah, that's what I said when I said not alone. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot well express what this means to me. We have much to discuss, but we can do so on the way. Yuzuka Manor is some distance from here. We must hurry. Stay calm. No one knows you were here. No one knows you saw anything. No one knows you overheard 2 rebels plotting to kill the Crown Prince. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You know how this ends, and they only have themselves to blame. You have to tell them. You have to... Uh-oh, that's not gonna be good. Alright, Yuzuka Manor is all the way down town. Yes, I think I will pause for that one. Made it. This is far enough. Let us discuss our plan of attack. Don't mind if I do. Oh, God. No. Nope. 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 There we go. Better. Time between the seconds. Xenos' itinerary is as follows. He will depart Doma Castle by ship and approach the moon gates. The Magitech field will be deactivated briefly, allowing his vessel to pass. It will then continue on to these very docks, where he and his entourage will disembark. As you can see, this area is not ideal for an ambush. Wide open, multiple avenues of escape. The manor is better suited to our needs. Let us split up and search for suitable hiding places. Alright, Fat Chocobo's on it. He'll find those hiding places, don't you worry. Surrounded by walls and deserted, this location appears to be ideal for concealment. Ah, there you are. From the roof we would have a clear view of the docks. It is settled. We shall lie in wait here until Xenos arrives. As discussed, if all goes to plan, he shall fall with my first blow. If not, then the 2 of us will have to engage him in open combat. His escort is of no consequence, which means that we will have a 2-to-1 advantage. Nevertheless, he is not to be underestimated. That was your big plan. If he doesn't die in 1 hit, we'll just face him in open combat. Great. Alright, Red Mage. All that remains is to wait. I trust that you are ready.
He comes.
Completely
The
decked out
village is
in
not far, my
full
lord.
armor.
If it please you, we shall escort you there directly.
Killing a fucking Primarch in one hit.
Less a province than a graveyard. The rotting husk of a broken nation devoid of proper sport. But as his radiance wishes...
Yes, of course, my lord. And may I say how terribly sorry we are that you had to come so far.
We labored long to sow the seeds of hatred, of fear, to train them as beasts. Now we shall see the harvest. Let there be savage beasts baying for blood, and not hollow-eyed prey cowering in the dark, or there will be no joy in this hunt.
Ambush!
Shinobi? And me without my brute.
How weak you are. Is this the sum of your hate?
This is only the beginning. For Lord Kyan! For Doma!
Ah!
I shoved it up his ass.
Mayhap I shall test this new blade of yours. Let us hope it is to my liking, lest your misfortunes compound. Then again, I am loath to expend such effort on the unworthy. Come, earn the honor.
Alright. What do you know? Her ambush didn't really work. Alright. I mean, he says to kill his men, but I can't target them, so I'm just gonna kill him with red magic. Alright, here we go. Kapow. Pow. Pow. Okay. Shit, shit, shit. Shit. Alright, I can heal myself quick, like. Alright, I see the problem, sure.
This day you die! Leave this to me.
I will do this. We'll do this. 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 Okay, putting in some good numbers here. Oh shit. Boy.
Let's put you to
boy.
proof.
Let's heal ourselves up. It's kind of scary, huh?
No, I must fight on. I must.
Okay, go ahead.
Run, beast, run!
Did I kill the dark reflection? Yep. Okay, he is not taking much damage.
Give me something to remember.
He is not taking a whole lot of damage. Shit. Oh my god. I mean, I guess we just keep hammering him. Eventually something cool will happen. Eventually something cool will happen.
Run, beast, run!
Gotcha. I got you. Kick his ass.
Don't stop now. I see.
Yes. This is going well. Oh shit.
Ah, I remember you, Al Amigo, the champion of the savages.
Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Oh, how right I was to spare your life. Hear me, hero. Endure. Survive. Live. For the rush of blood. For the time between the seconds, live. For the sole pleasure left to me in this empty, ephemeral world, live!
Yeah!
You are not worthy.
from them, you Imperial dog!
No, don't. You must flee.
We're not going anywhere, do you hear me? We're not running away! What you're doing is stupid and reckless, and I never wanted any part of it, but here we are! I've spent my whole life hating myself. For every time they made me beg, for every time I held my tongue to protect the people I love. And then you came along and reminded me of all the things I never said and never did, and it was even worse. I would have given anything to forget, to walk away, but I knew I'd never be able to live with the guilt. So we came, all of us, for you, for ourselves, for Doma!
Death is death, regardless of the reason. Yet you seem determined to die, intruding upon this sacred ground, turning weapons you can scarcely wield upon me. Your lives will not even begin to redress the balance.
How wrong you are! Go, now! Gusetsu, see to Yugiri!
Aye!
I can't see a damn thing. Someone stop them! My lord?
Kind of creeps me out, man. I don't think we were followed. Gods, I have no idea what was going through that man's head, but I'm heartily glad he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us. Thank Alphino. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. You should have seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. He was in such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron to be assembled. As were you. I was rather composed, as I recall, though that is neither here nor there. All the little angels. Can you believe it? We faced the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. No idea what this means for us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor and... We're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Ah, right. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we? We've got wounded to tend to first. We should get back to the village. Yes, and I know just the way to do that. How are you feeling? After fighting that demon, I can only imagine. I suppose I ought to apologize to you for, you know. Anyway, thank you for not giving up on us. The shinobi, too.
How are you feeling, my lady?
Much the better for my comrades' ministrations and your most generous hospitality. You need not worry.
Good. If there is anything else we can do for the two of you, anything at all, just ask.
Stare any harder and you're like to burn a hole in them. Go and say your piece, for goodness sake.
I've got nothing more to say to them. I'm going to find out how the others are getting on.
Gosetsu, Mistress Alize, I owe you an apology. I acted with reckless disregard for my own safety, and endangered I know not how many others in so doing. Scorning your wise counsel, I knowingly defied our master's wishes, and left you no choice but to follow suit.
Nonsense. I followed our master's wishes to the letter. Consider once more his words, and the intent therein. In offering his head, he but sought to shield his people from harm, loyal retainers included. You must value your life more highly, Shadow Walker.
On the other hand, your recklessness did serve as an inspiration to many. Mayhap you should not be so hard on yourself. In any event, if you must apologize profusely, it seems only right that you expend as much effort thanking the one person who supported your plan from the first.
That it does. There are no words which will suffice. But thank you.
And there they are!
12 be praised. When I learned of your rather questionable plot to assassinate Xenos, I feared we would need to recruit a new primal slayer.
I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Alize made me swear to stay behind no matter what. I think she was worried I'd hurl myself at Xenos the moment I set eyes on him.
What? You'll forgive me for changing the subject, but now would seem a good time to discuss where we go from here. Though the Empire has yet to retaliate, the fact remains that we have revealed our presence and signaled our intentions in so doing. It is only a matter of time before the Imperials move against us. Given that we lack the strength to oppose them, 'tis plain some manner of brilliant stratagem is required. Therefore, I yield the floor to the preeminent tactician of our time, with whom I was privileged to share a room.
If you insist. While in Kagane, we debated a number of approaches and were eventually forced to concede that we cannot look to the Alliance for aid. Even were it possible to ferry sufficient forces and materiel from Eorzea in a timely manner, such a massive undertaking would not long escape the attention of the Empire. It would be a miracle if our ships reached the shore. Fortunately, according to Tataru and Hancock's intelligence, the Empire has withdrawn most of its forces from Doma in the past year, leaving her relatively unguarded. That being the case, a popular uprising, spearheaded by the full might of the Doman Liberation Front, may feasibly be sufficient to threaten the seat of provincial government, namely Doma Castle. 'Twould be rather easier said than done, of course, but I have seen worse plans prevail.
Then we must needs meet with Lord Hien and convince him to return, for there is no surer way to inspire our people to rise up as one. He desired proof of his subjects' conviction, and they have provided it, through no lesser deed than openly opposing Xenos himself.
It will work. It has to work. And next time, we will defeat him.
Why are we all standing out in the rain? I will be traveling to the Azim Steppe, Mangg. I found Lord Hien once before, and I am confident I can do so again. Moreover, it was to me whom he put the question of Doma's resolve. I feel it my duty to deliver to him our people's reply. Our countrymen's deeds speak for themselves. Lord Hien cannot deny the truth of their hearts. Too long has it been since I looked on his face. It would be of great comfort to see him again, and no small comfort if you were to join us in the search, I should add. I wonder what kind of man Hien is. From what I heard, he's about the same age as me. And then there's Fordola, who isn't a whole lot younger than us both. Like her, he was born and raised in an imperial province. This is all he's ever known. But unlike her, he chose to do something about it. I want to meet him. I want to know why. Maybe if I understand that, it'll help me to understand a lot of other things. Up on the bridge, no. God damn you. The beloved king returning to urge his countrymen to rise up in rebellion. Not a story you'd ever hear in Charlian or Ulda, is it? Not in those words, perhaps, but no land's people is so cynical to be wholly immune to inspiration. Singular individuals have the power to move hearts and minds no matter where they go. Doubtless you speak from personal experience. As much as this Lord Hien intrigues us, Mangg, there are vital tasks to be attended to here. Preparations for the inevitable assault on Doma Castle, for one. There is also the matter of coordinating our efforts with the Confederacy and our comrades in Kugane, dealing with this troublesome Aetherite. I could go on, but you understand. Aye, so it goes. We all have our responsibilities. We shall depart for the Azim Steppe at once. You will be joining us, Mangg. For our part, we shall do what we can to aid the Doman Liberation Front in your absence. We will refrain from conducting any large-scale operations in your absence, and instead devote our energies to bolstering our ranks and training our new recruits. When you return, we will be ready for war. If anything happens, if you need us to come back sooner, you'd better contact us. Noble sacrifices are our last resort, remember? Follow me, my friends. We have many malms to travel before we reach Reunion. Wait! Don't leave yet! Here, take these for the road. It's simple fare, but it's the least we can do for you, after what you did for us. It may be stupid and naive of me to say this, but I will. When you come back, we'll finish what we started. We'll beat the Imperials and we'll win our freedom. So, don't keep us waiting too long. Alrighty. Meanwhile, in the keep of Doma Castle.
I would expect no less of Bahamut's conqueror. Prepare the airship. His Radiance will not object. We have fulfilled our obligations here. I would see this prize for myself.
Do you understand why I appointed you to act in my stead? You, whose only accomplishment was to whisper the right words in the right ear. Because of your petty hatreds. They render you the perfect instrument to bleed your kinsman of hope. To make an example of Doma, such as was ordered. Listen well. If you yield Doma to the rebels, you will not be given another chance to beg forgiveness. Do your duty, now. Or die with the rest of them.
Are you all right, my lady? That was uncalled for. Oh!
They say your Eorzean is helping the rebels. I want him dead. I want his friends dead. I want the heads of everyone he knows and loves mounted on the castle walls.
You mean I can finally go after him? I've been waiting for this chance. I promise you, my lady, he won't escape this time. Not this time, oh no.
Actually, I will escape, and I can guarantee it. Meanwhile, in the fringes of Gurabanya,
Aye, this is the place. When his shade was banished, you swore to leave this life behind. And yet here you are.
oh shit.
If this be the work of the Earth, what choice do you have but to end it? Or so the boy would say. Damn you, Alphino.
So, again, my memory failed me. When it came to Final Fantasy V, I don't know. I guess my brain's melting or whatever, but Shinryu was a boss in Final Fantasy V. An optional boss, but it was at the very end. Right before the final boss. You can fight, optionally, Shinryu, and you can also fight Omega. Another optional boss. So Shinryu and Omega, and yet I didn't remember. Dang. So, we can fly now, of course. I handled all that. And we have Adversary Mangg. Yeah, I don't know if I love that one. Stick with Confederate for now. Here there be Zayla. If all are ready, let us depart for reunion in the Azim Steppe. Our route will be somewhat circuitous. We will need to return to the Ruby Sea and head north along the coast past Asari. Okay. So let's go here. Luckily, we can fly. We got mount speed increases. What more do you need? We got a bear. What more do you need? From here, we will turn north until we arrive at a cave, through which we must pass in order to reach the Azim Steppe. Lys and Gosetu have already gone ahead. We should carry on as well. Waiting on you. Well, now you're waiting on me. Another new area. Maybe it'll be really pretty. I'm not holding my breath anymore. Wow, that was a long cave. Ah, there we go. Now that I can appreciate a bit more.
I remember the emptiness, vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes. A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation. With the wind at our backs, we walked on, in search of hope, in search of him.
All right. Kind of reminds me of the Calm Lands a little bit from Final Fantasy X. I give you the Azim Steppe, Mangg, though I should say that this is but one small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent Reunion are more welcoming than most. Come, it is not much further. Alright, Fat Cat will lead us where we need to go. I do as the Fat Cat demands. And I just realized that this hand-in is a level 65. And Mangg the Scholar is not 65. We have entered a conundrum here. Alright, I'll hand it in on the Astrologian. But you can see that things are getting a little rough now with leveling. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here's where we will begin our search for Lord Hien. So I'm going to do roulettes on the Scholar then to get him caught up. But then the Astrologian will fall behind and, oh god. Search for Lord Hien. When last I spoke with Lord Hien, he said he spent much time in these markets. I had hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey, Yugiri, I've been meaning to ask. There are an awful lot of Zayla here, aren't there? Oh, I assumed you knew. The Azim Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zayla since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands, and though they do not constitute a nation, there is a hierarchy of sorts determined through ritual combat. Funny, if they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the steppe with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lys, why indeed? Perhaps they see little value in it, especially given the fierce reputation of the Zayla warriors who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them. These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin and the weather unforgiving. The Zayla found ways to survive, it is true, but they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials, conscript or citizen. Thanks for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I've got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to be looking for Hien. People from many tribes gather in reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiries separately. Mangg, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Alright. Chambui. Booze. Fresh booze. Your choice of lamb or zo. Guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, sir? Doman. Unless another Dazkar is keeping him in her yurt. He is not here. Snort. More fool her if she took a Doman for a husband. But enough about Domans. Let us speak of booze instead. You cannot come to the Azim Steppe and not sample this most traditional of delicacies. Okay, I want a booze. What fortune you have come hither at this time. Freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs, too. Hearts, liver, brains. Or a brace of blood sausages if you desire only a snack. A doman. Poor meat they make, domans. I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of one some few days ago. Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy cooked to perfection, beloved without the steppe. Come, come. You seek domans, then you have come to the wrong place, my friend. Delicious as my foodstuffs are, they find little favor with those from the south. Now, if it were Goro you were looking for, on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. I ain't looking for no Goro. Oh, I am looking for a Goro. Why am I looking for a Goro? I have brought you a new brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your mane shall be, the envy of every other man. Say again, you are seeking who? Ah, the Doman. I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes with a mole girl. Though I could not describe her, I only know that she is mole because I heard them talking as they passed. With the chat mode and say, use your keyboard, any phrase that contains mole. Okay, that's all you really have to do is mole. You take me for a mole? I am Oranir. Compare me not with one so weak and lowly. Mole? Yes, I am Mole. My name is Serena. May I help you? Yes, yes you can. Oh, I see. You are looking for Hien. In that case, how urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsai, will you buy it? There is but one bundle left. If not, then... I will. Though I had not thought to pay so high a price. It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own, and you will leave with nothing. Please, I must have the Kinsai. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in whisper root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass through reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. Do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him. I understand. Thank you for this kindness. I am sorry, but we must speak of Hien later. I cannot leave reunion without that Kinsai. No, you can't. How's this looking? Oh, those look sweet. And they're an upgrade, so of course. I guess we could do one more. Season for war. You want to help me, is that it? I do not know what to say. Thank you, Mangg, thank you. The lumbering ones we must fell wander the plains to the west of Reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough whisper root. Return here when you've finished. Good luck. Yeah. You think you're gonna kill 2 of them? I don't think so. Unless you're some kind of dancer. What, those aren't an upgrade? Oh, damn. Oh, right. We can't. We're supposed to red mage. I forgot. A step dole. Easy. Dead. And that's it. That's the combat you get to do. Welcome back, Mangg. Have you brought the whisper root? I sure did. Blessed is he who shows kindness to strangers, for with fortune does he ever ride. Will this quantity suffice? It shall. The Kinsai is yours. Gods favor you more than you know, child. Udgen rarely have need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here, as they guided grandmother, as they guided this man from the west. The only god I believe in is Rolger, alright?
Hey. How goes the search? Any luck?
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Cyrena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second! Know you to whom you speak? All people of the steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the fate of your superiors? Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oranir and Dothal, the 2 strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now. Grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested. Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
Ha! I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words!
As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothar heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day.
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan-San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan-San, which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Castir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You seek Kien, yes? I know where he may be.
Alrighty. Plenty of tribal conflict and a big old kumite. Very nice. Alright, we'll leave it off here. Did I attune to this thing? Make sure. Okay. Alright. At least I like this location better. That's good. That makes me happy. My name is Mangg. Game and watching has been Final Fantasy XIV. See you fine folks in the next part.